On August 24th, 2011, a Florida court sentenced a couple, Charles Darnell and Jaron Hare, to 12 years in prison each. And the reason behind the sentence is something that shocked the entire nation. The incident dates back to 2009 in Sumter County near Orlando. Charles and Jaron owned a 12-foot albino Burmese python named Gypsy. Normally, Gypsy was calm. The couple treated it like part of their family. But on the night of July 1st, 2009, everything changed forever. Late at night, Charles suddenly woke up. He noticed that Gypsy was loose in the house, moving around freely. He quickly captured the python and put it back into its enclosure. But he failed to notice a large hole in the mesh. Through that same hole, Gypsy escaped again. In another room of the house, Jaron's 2-year-old daughter, Cheyenne, was sleeping peacefully in her crib. Gypsy slithered directly into that room. On normal days, the python would crawl near the baby, and Cheyenne was familiar with it. The family believed it was harmless. But that night, Gypsy's behavior was completely different. The snake began to wrap itself around the toddler, slowly tightening its grip. Within minutes, the pressure became so strong that the child could no longer breathe. When Jaron woke up and went to check on her daughter, she was horrified to see the python coiled tightly around the baby. She screamed for help, but by then, it was already too late. The emergency team arrived quickly, removed the snake, and rushed the child to the hospital. But the little girl could not be saved. What investigators discovered afterward made the case even more shocking. Gypsy weighed only 13 pounds, while a healthy Burmese python should weigh around 150 pounds. Charles admitted he hadn't fed the snake for over a month. This meant the python was starving, and in that hunger, it mistook the child for prey. Under Florida law, dangerous exotic animals must be kept in a locked, secure enclosure. But the couple ignored this rule. The court ruled the child's death as a result of gross negligence by the parents, and both were sentenced to 12 years in prison. This tragic incident reminds us of two important truths. Wild animals, no matter how calm they seem, are never truly safe as pets. Even a single moment of carelessness can destroy an entire family. Number 2. Siegfried Fischbacher and Roy Horn were among the most legendary circus performers in the world. Known simply as Siegfried and Roy, they ruled Las Vegas for decades with their spectacular shows, especially their iconic performances with white Bengal tigers. For nearly 30 years, they lived, trained, and performed with these tigers. Not once had any of the animals attacked them. Audiences believed the duo shared a unique bond, a deep trust between man and beast. But on October 3rd, 2003, that trust shattered in an instant. That night, just like any other, their Las Vegas show was packed with thousands of spectators. Roy was performing alongside one of his favorite white tigers, Montecore, a 7-year-old, powerful, and usually well-behaved animal. Suddenly, Montecore began acting strangely. He appeared uncomfortable, then agitated, and within seconds, he became aggressive. Roy tried to calm the tiger and guide him, but before anyone could react, Montecore grabbed Roy by the neck and dragged him off the stage. Panic spread through the entire arena. Audience members screamed, staff members rushed forward, and trainers desperately tried to separate the tiger from Roy using sticks and emergency tools. Roy was severely injured. He was rushed to the hospital just in time. His life was saved, but the attack marked the end of his performing career. The damage was so serious that Roy never returned to the stage again. Later, Roy made a statement that surprised many. "It wasn't Montecore's fault. I think I failed to understand his signals." He admitted that when Montecore first showed signs of discomfort, he should have removed him from the act. Despite everything, Roy's love for his tigers never faded. He remained connected to them until the end of his life. This incident reminds us of a difficult truth. No matter how deep the bond, wild animals follow their instincts, and one unpredictable moment can change everything. Number 3. This is the shocking story of Charla Nash, an American woman whose life changed forever after a horrifying attack that stunned the entire nation. Charla had a close friend named Sandra Harold. Sandra had raised a chimpanzee named Travis since he was a baby, treating him not just like a pet, but like her own child. Travis was no ordinary chimp. Sandra had trained him to live almost like a human. He watched TV, ate at the dining table, knew how to open car doors, even turned lights on and off. For years, neighbors adored him. Travis had never harmed anyone. not once. But February 16th, 2009 was different. It was the day everything changed. That afternoon, Charla came over to visit Sandra. Something she had done many times before. Charla knew Travis well, and no one imagined there was any danger. But the moment Charla walked inside, Travis suddenly snapped. For reasons still debated, stress, confusion, or agitation, Travis became extremely aggressive. In seconds, he launched at Charla. Sandra screamed and desperately tried to pull him away, but the chimpanzee was out of control. Terrified, Sandra grabbed the phone and dialed 911. In the chilling call, she cried, "Hurry, he's killing my friend." Police arrived within minutes. They tried to rescue Charla, but Travis attacked the officers too. To save lives, police were forced to shoot Travis, ending the rampage. Charla was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. The attack had left her with devastating injuries, permanently altering her face and life. This incident became a global reminder of a harsh truth. No matter how well-trained or loved a wild animal is, its instinct can never be fully controlled. They cannot understand human emotions the way we hope they do. When we forget this balance between affection and caution, tragedies happen. This story stands as a painful lesson. Love animals, but never forget their nature, and never play with the line between wild and domestic. Number 4. This tragic incident took place in 2017 in Hampshire, England, and it involved a man named Dan Brandon, who was known for his deep love of exotic animals. Dan had several unusual pets in his home, including a massive African rock python named Tiny. The name may have been cute, but the snake was anything but. Tiny measured around 8 feet long and weighed nearly 25 kilograms. Dan often allowed the python to slither around his shoulders and neck. For him, this was normal. Tiny recognized him, and Dan felt completely comfortable with the snake's presence. But on the evening of August 22, 2017, everything changed forever. Dan was found dead inside his home, and to the shock of investigators, Tiny was coiled near his body. The post-mortem revealed the cause of death: asphyxiation, or death by lack of oxygen. According to investigators, the python may have been playing or simply acting on its natural instinct to constrict, slowly tightening its grip around Dan's neck until Dan could no longer breathe or free himself. Because Dan was used to letting Tiny rest around his neck, he likely didn't realize the danger until it was too late. What seemed familiar and harmless turned into a fatal moment when the snake's instincts kicked in. This incident teaches a harsh but important lesson. No matter how tame or beloved a wild animal may seem, its natural instincts never disappear, and sometimes trust can turn into risk in a single moment. Dan Brandon loved his animals deeply, but tragically, that love became the very reason for his death. Number 5. Friends, this shocking event took place on April 28, 2018, at the Marikele Predator Center in South Africa. The owner of the sanctuary, 72-year-old Mike Hodge, was well known for giving tourists an up-close, thrilling experience of seeing lions in their natural habitat. Mike had raised a lion named Saba since it was a cub. He bottle-fed it, cared for it like family, and shared a bond that everyone at the sanctuary knew about. To Mike, Saba wasn't just a wild animal, he was like a son. As usual that day, Mike was taking tourists on a special viewing tour. The vehicle they rode in had a metal enclosure on top, where Mike placed chickens. When Saba leapt up to grab the chickens, tourists could photograph the lion from an incredibly close distance. This was a daily routine. Saba got his food, tourists got an exciting photo opportunity, and Mike earned a steady income. But that day, one deadly mistake changed everything. After giving the tourists their experience, Mike began driving the vehicle out of the lion enclosure. Saba was still nearby. A ranger had attempted to shoo the lion away, and Mike believed Saba had moved to a safe distance. Trusting that assumption, Mike stepped out of the vehicle. Within seconds, Saba charged. The lion grabbed Mike, tackled him, and dragged him into the nearby bushes. Terrified tourists watched in disbelief. One even captured the entire scene on video. Rangers and staff rushed forward, trying desperately to free Mike. But Saba was too aggressive. With no other option left and Mike's life slipping away, the Rangers were forced to shoot Saba. The lion died on the spot. Mike was rushed to the hospital with severe injuries to his neck, jaw, and back. Thankfully, after extensive treatment, he survived. Later, Mike's family released a heartbreaking statement. "Saba was part of our family. But in that moment, there was no other choice. If they hadn't stopped him, Mike would have died. This incident is a painful reminder. No matter how much love you give a wild animal, its instincts never disappear, and sometimes even the strongest bond cannot override nature. So friends, what do you think about these shocking incidents? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.